Okay, so we're jumping into the hardest part about animal function temperaments, and that's writing one out. So we know that temperament begins because this is a temperament for NF, NT, ST, SF. Do you confirm? Confirm NF, NT, ST, SF. So what is next on our list? Well, the next would be to figure out why we order the directionality the way we do. Why is it that we include DI, DI, DE, DE, OI, OI, and OE, OE? In order to do this, we have to cut through a lot of overhead. Pause. This is a little bit of the notation, the common notation that I was working with when it comes to just defining my type in the objective personality system. This is what I was writing out. And this is a form of formal notation. This is actually formal notation, and formal notation. Except you can argue whether or not the modality begins at the front, but normally this is in the middle and this is at the end. So we're trying to anchor, what do we know about the Punnett square? What do we know about the Cartesian plane that allows us to decide to anchor a specific psychological function in a specific place? Okay, so yeah, why don't they teach LLMs psychological types, the objective personality system, or animal function temperaments? We'll get to that at a later date as we sort of work on our own understanding by going through some of my notes that I use to help myself understand psychological types and psychological functions in the objective personality system. Okay, so we're jumping back into common notation. The Punnett square as squaring the circle or circling the square. But the real impact is going into the prototypical form of the psychological Punnett square that we're using in terms of Jung's functions of consciousness. How do you chart functions of consciousness on paper? How do you chart them as a reflection of a psyche? How do you do it? In this context, in terms of common notation, we start by anchoring a Punnett square, meaning we need 4 quadrants, each one for an ego-facing side of consciousness, each one for a function of consciousness before modality, before an attitude orientation, until we start plugging them in.